From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Features Edition for this Labor Day, Monday, September the 5th, 2022. A new study from Tel Aviv University has some remarkable promise for treating brain tumors. The Times of Israel reports that in the study published in the journal Brain, scientists found a way to eliminate glioblastomas, the most deadly of brain tumors, in mice by essentially taking away the tumor's source of energy and stopping the tumors from growing. Dr. Lior Mayo, who led the study at Tel Aviv, told the Times of Israel that while traditional treatments attack tumors directly, like with chemotherapy, for example, his team instead, he said, decided to ask if there's anything we can change in the tumor's environment that could harm it.
In our lab, we try to understand the mechanism that helps the tumor survive and grow within the brain. What we found is a specific cell type within the brain called astrocytes, because they look like stars, play a major role in the tumor ability to grow. And when we manipulate those astrocytes, then we can induce a regression in tumor growth and in some cases even completely cure the tumor.
Dr. Mayo said they are now focused on trying to use those findings to help treat brain tumors in humans, saying we're optimistic. Well, a bagel store in Missouri is helping those who need it with inspiration from Jewish law. The JTA reports that the Talmudic quote, "Whoever needs, come and eat," welcomes customers to come and do so at Goldie's Bagels in Columbia, allowing for those who don't have money to pay to get a bagel with cream cheese and a cup of coffee for free by simply asking for their order to be charged to the neighbor's account, which is funded by local customer donations. JTA spoke to founder Amanda Rainey, who said, "My whole thing in opening Goldie's is we're going to be so outwardly proud to be Jewish." Regarding helping those in need in the homeless community, Rainey told JTA, "We learn people's names, we check in on them, we treat them like people. And then other people in the community see that and hopefully are inspired to act better." A Torah scroll rescued during the Holocaust is finally being returned to its home synagogue. The rescuer was Ernest Bon, a young Christian man in Sherre, France, who, after losing his Jewish friend during the war, rescued the Torah he had seen his friend read from at his bar mitzvah. After witnessing the synagogue repeatedly being desecrated by the Nazis, he hid the scrolls until 1945, when he was able to give the Torah to an Algerian Jewish chaplain named Isaac Rouche, who kept the Torah during his travels, which ended in Israel, where it was tracked down through his son-in-law, a Mr. Asulin, who will be in attendance this Sunday, as well as relatives of Bon, when the scroll is returned to the Sherre synagogue 77 years later. The special ceremony is the opening event of the European Days of Jewish Culture, which promotes understanding and cultural exchange in projects, events, and happenings across Europe. Well, Holocaust survivors in need here in the U.S. will be getting a boost as people around the world walk or run 6 miles to remember the 6 million Jews who perished during the Holocaust. The 4-day event aims to raise $60,000 to support the 65,000 Holocaust survivors living in the U.S. The 646 Run Walk is hosted by the Blue Card, the nonprofit dedicated to assisting the needs of Holocaust survivors, taking place from September the 18th through the 21st. Lead organizer Jeremy Prowers said not only will the 646 Walk Run raise awareness about helping the last remaining Holocaust survivors in need, but it will inspire people to get involved for a cause that is much greater than themselves. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, September the 5th. At 7 o'clock, Dr. Jeffery Shoulson gives a history of Jews as citizens from biblical Israel to medieval Europe to present-day America. At 8, fashion designer, entrepreneur, author, and star of My Unorthodox Life on Netflix, Julia Haart, shares her remarkable story of heartbreak and courage with Rabbi Hirsch of American Jewish University. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Jeffrey Gurock, who talks about his book, on his own childhood community of Parkchester, the Bronx. At 10, Rabbi Harold Kushner speaks with the late Rabbi Rachel Cowan on what it means to live a good life. And coming up next tonight, Shahar Azani speaks with Sarit Zehavi, founder and CEO of Alma Research and Education Center, about tensions between Israel and Iranian-backed, Lebanese-baked terror group Hezbollah. And that's the JBS News Features edition for Monday, September the 5th, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the regular JBS News update tomorrow, Tuesday. Stay healthy, stay well.